You got a different power cord? It's got the little, I don't know. It might be charging, it might not.
Okay.
It said low power. Anyways, yeah, I got the choice now who's in my life. Mm-hmm. And I get to choose, to me, it's like waking up every day. Do you choose to wake up to be happy or to be upset? So I choose to wake up to be happy every day. So if I run into somebody that's like a horrible person, well, they don't have to be in my life and they don't have to be in my world, and I get to make that choice now. And so for people coming home, they have that, there's like a dynamic. You feel, when you first get out, you feel like everybody's an authority over you. Like everybody, like it doesn't matter if it's the person at the gas station, behind the counter, or, somebody, like you, or even my wife, like everybody, like I would tell her, like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom now. Like, why am I telling her I'm going to the bathroom? Like, it doesn't matter. It's like my own house.
Like, good luck with that.
She's like, oh, okay, but in prison, like you get used to that, and so when it comes out, you feel like you have to like follow everything that everyone's saying and doing, because either they know more than you or they're a type of authority over you, even though they probably really aren't.
Yeah.
To have that understanding that you get to make the decisions. Because probably for most of us as children, when we got locked up, all our decisions were made for us. And even our bad decisions that we made that got us locked up probably originated from somebody else.
Yeah. Are you on parole? I forget.
Yes.
Okay. How long is parole?
In Nevada, it's lifetime parole. And then they just passed a law to end it for people, but because like I'm prior to that law passing, after 10 years, you could put in to be let off parole. It has to happen like through the governor and the pardons board.
What is that? I mean, like you talked about how you felt like everybody had this authority over you, but like your parole officer actually very much does.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely they do,
Yeah.
But it's weird. It's not like everyone's telling you like what to do or what you have to do, but it's just in prison, everyone does have authority over you. Obviously all the staff and officers or anything like that, but then even like other people, because the way the prison dynamic is, well, if I say this and so don't like it, then this is going to happen. Everything's life or death in prison. Like you can't just go have a fist fight, and be like, everything's potential for seriously bad things to happen. So you keep yourself in check at a hyper level. Like I said, like the guy walking down the,
I'm sorry, this thing is like falling and falling and falling and you keep bumping it.
Like the guy walking down the aisle in the grocery store. Like he's looking at me directly in my eyes and he's walking towards me. In prison, you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So you keep yourself in this hyper state of check, where you don't want to say or insinuate anything that might go who knows what way. So you kind of like stuff yourself down. And, when you get out, there's still that sense of that. So like, to me, it's like everyone has an authority over, or you feel like everyone has a level of authority over you,
Yeah. Do you feel like you were able to do you feel like you were able to become more of yourself when you got to let down those walls? Like when you came home?
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, I probably grow more and more every day. I'm sure Joni could probably explain it maybe better than I can, because she gets the to sit on the sideline and like see it happen, you know? And there's some stuff that I know that I don't know, came out of my shell or whatever.
Build some confidence.
Right. Build some, like, I'll give you an example, which she wrangled me into. So we're here. We live in this nice neighborhood. We have this nice house. The developers got done finishing the last house in the subdivision, sold it. Now it's time to turn over the HOA to the residents. They're going to become the board and all that, and they're going to run the HOA. So we get a letter in the mail. We go to the meeting, and they're going to turn the HOA over to the residents, you know, the owners of the subdivision. She's like, "Oh, you'd be good." I'm like, "What? Like, what do you like? I don't want to be on the HOA. Like, what are you talking about?" She's like, "Oh, you'd be great at it." And, I was like, I don't know. So she's like, "You should put your hand up. You should put your hand up." So they're like, you know, who wants to, before we take nominations, does anybody just want to like volunteer for the positions? And then, you know, we'll have everybody get up, speak on it, and then we'll vote. I raised my hand. Other people did too.
Our neighbor.
Yeah, our neighbors. They picked out like several people. Then we got people. We did like a Q&A and stuff like that. Then everybody that was at the meeting, it was like in the fairgrounds downtown, cast their vote. And next thing you know, I left the building and I'm part of the HOA. And I was like,
HOA president.
Yeah, then it ended up being on the HOA president.
HOA president.
And, so like another, like,
what?
Like when I first got out, like that wouldn't have worked. Yeah. I've been too.
And he is really good at it, by the way.
I can definitely see that. Yeah. I think most people do not have patience for an HOA, it seems. But.
Right. A lot of people that subscribe to the HOA don't have a lot. We have like a little Facebook page for our neighborhood, and oh my God.
It's drama.
Oh God. Jersey Shores.
Yeah. I live in an apartment in West Philly, and I feel like, there's always like, there's a West Philly Facebook page that is just chaos, honestly, all the time.
Right.
But, wait, so can you talk about being on parole a little bit? And then, sorry, I only have like a few more questions.
For me, I don't know if I've had a quote unquote average experience or if it's just me. A lot of people, and I don't know why, I really don't. After they meet me and talk to me, they like love me. I don't know why. And the first time I met my first parole officer, like when I very first got out, talked to her, and I treat everybody the same. Like, I don't believe in secrets. Like, I'm probably honest to a fault. If you ask me a question, I'm probably going to give you the answer, even though probably I shouldn't have, you know, you probably not like inner circle enough for that information. I'll end up just saying it anyway. Cause like, I'm like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I got nothing to hide no more. So, you know, I spoke with her and, you know, told her, you know, how I feel and how I see things and where I'm going and what I'm doing and, you know, in life and stuff like that. And she came to my residence like one time and I was sleeping. Joni answered the door and, she's like, "Well, you want me to go, you know, wake home?" She's like, "No, that's okay. We're just checking around, you know, blah, blah, blah." They left and, I go over, you know, at first I reported like once every like 2 weeks and then it was like once a month. And then I think it was like once every like 6 months. Like I would go into the parole office and, now in Kentucky, I'm on what's called, administrative supervision, where, once every 4 months I send an email to the parole officer and, it just like, you know, what was your last pay stub? How many hours did you work? Address, work address.